A father was driving home from a business trip. It was late at night, and his car was almost out of gas. He started to panic because he was not familiar with the area and couldn't find an open gas station. Just when he was about to give up, he saw a small gas station in the distance. He rolled down his window and yelled, "Thanks again for the help." The quiet man looked back at him and smiled. The other man, who had been arranging the items on the shelf, suddenly stopped and stared at the man's car as if he had seen a ghost. He quickly got into his car and drove back to the gas station. When he got there, the other man was just closing up for the night. "I'm sorry," he said. He couldn't remember the last time he had felt this good about himself. He decided that he was going to make it a priority to help others whenever he could. Maybe he wasn't as alone in the world as he had thought. "I didn't mean to leave you hanging like that. Here," he handed the man the $50. "You can use this to get yourself some food or maybe even find a place to stay for the night." The other man looked at him in disbelief. "You want to give me $50?" he asked. "But you don't even know me." "I know you need it more than I do," he said with a smile. "Besides, it's the least I can do after what happened earlier." The other man took the money and his face broke into a wide grin. "Thank you so much," he said. "You're a real lifesaver." His face turned pale and he whispered, "Holy cow, that's the 4th of July. Not only had he helped a stranger in need, but he had also made a new friend. And that, he thought, was priceless. The first man looked at the calendar hanging on the wall and realized it was true. They both looked at the car as it disappeared into the darkness. As he drove closer, he realized it was an old-fashioned gas station without any attendants. There were 2 working pumps and 1 out-of-order pump. The old-fashioned pumps didn't take credit cards, so he walked into the small shop to pay. Inside, there were 2 men. One was sitting quietly in a chair, and the other was arranging some items on a shelf. The man looked at the old-fashioned cash register and said, "I don't have enough cash." One of the men in the shop heard him and slowly turned around. It was the quiet man. "He won't," he said, his voice filled with sadness. "He's too late. All the roads are closed. He's never going to make it." The quiet man stood up and started pacing back and forth. He couldn't believe what he had just done. He had given away the only money he had to a stranger, all because he had followed his gut feeling that something wasn't right. Now the man might be stranded on the side of the road all night, and he didn't know if he could help him or not. He looked at the amount the man owed and then reached into his pocket and pulled out some bills. "Here," he said, handing them to the man. "That should cover what you owe." The man was surprised and grateful. "Thank you so much," he said. "I was about to give up, but now I can get home safely." He paid the man back. "I can't thank you enough for helping me out." Then he hurried to his car to put the gas in before it got too dark. When he turned the car on and started to drive away, he noticed the 2 men watching from the shop. The quiet man broke the silence. "Do you think he'll make it home?" he asked. The other man shook his head. Suddenly, he remembered the $50 he had tucked away in a secret compartment in the car. As he drove home that night, the quiet man couldn't stop thinking about how much good he had done. The next day, the quiet man woke up feeling great.